Marcus Rogers collects souls for Satan in the hood. Exposed. Marcus Rogers says, God showed me something in the hood last night as demons were getting cast out. 100% did not see any demons being cast out, but I digress. Marcus Rogers was exhorting the people, telling them to cry out to the Lord. Marcus Rogers then calls out to someone by the name of Claus. Marcus Rogers tells Claus to pray a prayer for everybody that is bowed down. Marcus Rogers tells Claus to pray whatever he feels like praying. Marcus says, and then give the mic to Pastor Germain and let him do his thing. Marcus Rogers tells the crowd to stay where they are. He says, I promise you something is going to break. You're going to feel it. Here is the video.
I'll lift you up to a place where I can crown you with peace. Come on, cry out to him. Boss, I want you to just pray a prayer for everybody that's bowed down, whatever you feel. And then give the mic to Pastor Jermaine and let him do his thing. Just pray whatever you feel. And you guys just stay where you are. I promise you, something's going to break and something's going to move. You're going to feel it.
Well, we never got to hear what Claus' prayer was all about because the video was cut immediately to Pastor Jermaine, with him giving his prayer over the crowd. Pastor Jermaine had a very eerie and religious sound to his voice. He prayed, under the sound of my voice, I know who you are, O God. I know what you come to do right now, in this moment. Here is the video.
Under the sound of my voice.
Immediately upon hearing Pastor Jermaine's voice, I knew the demonic was lurking in the background. A verbal subliminal message. People, have you ever heard of backward masking? It is a device that is highly used in the music industry. It reveals hidden demonic messages in speech and music when played backwards. This subliminal backward masking technique was used in the Obama campaign. Yes, we can. Backwards, yes, we can says, thank you, Satan. Here is the video.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Thank you, Satan. Thank you, Satan. Thank you, Satan. Thank you, Satan.
Pastor Jermaine says, under the sound of my voice. Backwards, he is saying, no man can last anymore. Here is the video.
Under the sound of my voice.
Now hear it backwards. Pastor Jermaine says backwards, no man can last anymore. Pastor Jermaine is secretly pronouncing witchcraft destruction over the people in the crowd. Pastor Jermaine says, I know who you are, O God. Backwards, he is saying, where are you, Horna? Here is the video.
I know who you are, oh God.
Now hear it backwards. Horna is Finnish, a language spoken by people in Finland. Horna means the abyss or hell. Yes, Horna means hell, people. So backwards, Pastor Jermaine is asking hell, aka Satan, where is he? For he says, where are you, Horna? Now you see why Marcus Rogers tells Claus to pass the mic to Pastor Jermaine, saying, let him do his thing, wickedness. While Pastor Jermaine is conjuring up hell, aka Satan, on the people, Marcus Rogers seek attention from the camera, trying to further deceive you into thinking he is a man of God. Marcus Rogers walks through the streets, crying and snotting all over the place, stating he is tired of playing church, that he wants the real thing. Well, Marcus Rogers was just in service, supposedly experiencing the real thing. So why is he now walking the streets saying he wants the real thing? Simple solution. Just go back to where you came from. As Marcus walks through the streets, Marcus makes sure that he show you his tears. But his tears are not over souls for Christ, but his tears are over souls for Satan. Here is the video.
Man, I just had to walk out the service for a minute. We just had to move for God. And I'm going to tell you what. I'm tired of playing church. I want the real thing. I want a real move of God. I want real revival, man. It's people all in the hood right now. They came out. They heard the word. I want a real move of God. I'm sick of playing church. I want the real thing. Guys, there's an army that's rising up. There's an army, there's a revival that's happening. There's a great awakening that's coming, but we got to be on the altar. We got to die to self, die to pride. I want the real thing, man. I want a real move. And it's coming, y'all. It's coming. A wave is coming, man. I'm telling you. Oh, hallelujah.
Marcus Rogers is on another quest, into seducing you like his father, Satan. He has left Pastor Jermaine behind to seduce the people. Now Marcus is working on seducing you with his tears. Normally at this point in my video, I would be spending much more time trying to convince the listeners of the demonic debauchery of Marcus Rogers. But I have been given a memo from the Most High. Plain and simple, my message is not for the people, but for Marcus Rogers. The people are free to listen in hopes to save some from hell's fire. But don't get it twisted. The message is for Marcus Rogers. Marcus Rogers is 100% fully aware of what he is doing and who he is doing it to. It's just the people that do not know. So please do not come into my comment section voicing your opinion about the matter. One day, when you possess a heaven and hell, maybe I'll be listening to you. So convincing people was not in the memo, but you are free to listen. Thank you very much. The message is for Marcus Rogers. Marcus Rogers does a lot of crying and lying, trying to convince his audience of his sincerity. His sincerity is just as sincere as Pastor Jermaine conjuring up hell, aka Satan, on the people. For you see, Marcus Rogers is not trying to convince the Most High. Neither is he trying to convince Satan. These two are quite aware of Marcus Rogers. But it is you, my friend, does he go about trying to convince. Marcus Rogers wants to convince you that he may win more souls for the kingdom of Satan. Marcus Rogers is truly the demonic Pied Piper for Satan. Towards the end of Marcus Rogers' video, he says, "The glory cloud is coming down." People, I have already did a video on Marcus Rogers' glory cloud. Please check out my video on the glory cloud for details. The glory cloud is nothing more than the Baphomet, aka Satan. Okay, you guys, I already did a video on the glory cloud. You see here where he has the glory cloud. And I just turned this flyer or whatever this thing is, this poster for this event he had, I think back in July sometime. And this image down here is supposed to be like a cloud. But when you turn it on its side, you can see that it is not a cloud. It is a subliminal image of the Baphomet. I stuck these two little yellow eyes into the already black eye sockets here. You see that? So you can see the Baphomet's face. You can see the cheekbone here and the eye socket area here. You can see his nose. So this is the Baphomet. This is his body. This is his left leg. You can see his toenails down here that look like elephant toenails. Just go to my video on the glory cloud. I did 2 videos on this image here, and you guys can get the full details of this. But this is a subliminal image of the Baphomet. This is his left leg, his right leg. This area up here is his body, and this is his face right here, which you can clearly see. Okay, and so he's talking about the glory cloud. The glory cloud is the Baphomet. Marcus Rogers says, the glory cloud is coming down. Glory cloud backwards says, a wild hero. I will say glory cloud 3 times and then play it backwards. Glory cloud, glory cloud, glory cloud. Now hear it backwards. For Marcus Rogers, the Baphomet is his hero. For it don't get any wilder or rebellious than the Baphomet, aka Satan. And in his closing, Marcus Rogers says, it's a war for the souls, and souls are going to hell for eternity. For eternity. Marcus Rogers then says, what you're going to do about that. He says this like he is flexing on you. The words, for eternity, what you're going to do about that, backwards says, and I do worship at this girl's feet. Here is the video.
For eternity. What you gonna do about that?
Now hear it backwards. Marcus Rogers is flexing his God on you, the Baphomet. The words, for eternity, what you're going to do about that, backwards says, and I do worship at this girl's feet. So one might say, what does and I do worship at this girl's feet mean? It means the Baphomet. People, I have already told you that the Baphomet is an androgynous demon, meaning it has both the body parts of a male and female. It is the girl side of the Baphomet. Does Marcus Rogers make reference to? He is telling you that he worshiped at her feet. He is telling you that he worshiped at the feet of the Baphomet. Marcus Rogers is an agent of Satan and is deeply devoted to him to the point of tears. Satan is Marcus Rogers' father, the father he never had. As Satan offered Jesus the best parts of the world, he also offers today gifts to those that will bow down and worship him. Marcus Rogers is not nearly as popular as you may think. He has been given a gift by Satan, the powers that be, the Illuminati, a boatload of subscribers. A boatload of subscribers will give the appearance of popularity and God's approval. The powers that be have the power to make you an overnight sensation, if that is what they want to do. Marcus Rogers worship at the Baphomet, aka Satan's feet. I don't know why people equate popularity as God's approval. You can count the amount of people on one hand that stood with Jesus at his crucifixion. And this was the Son of the Most High. Please know, just because you're popular in this world, don't make you approved of the Most High. You know, Satan is on the take to get souls. What Marcus Rogers did in Florida, he is now doing it again in Corpus Christi, Texas. He is coming with his demonic posse, featuring Conjuring Up Hell, aka Satan, Pastor Jermaine, Claus Cheves, and others in his demonic crew. Corpus Christi, Texas, you're next. Get ready for the demonic. Marcus Rogers is a big devil, and it is his season to be exposed. All right, take heed. Let no man deceive you. Yahshua loves you. Be blessed.